What's up, man? I'm Miguel and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'll be reviewing Azzaro, the most wanted by night, that I have right here. So this fragrance is a very hyped fragrance. The original Azzaro, the most wanted, had a bit of liking but not that much, but I know that the most hyped one out of the bunch was definitely Wanted by Night. So I got myself a little sample right here because I wasn't sure if I wanted to really commit to buying the whole fragrance. Fragrance has recently been discontinued. It will be very difficult to acquire, and this fragrance has such a nice, pleasant smell to it that honestly I do think it might be worth getting it before it becomes extremely hard to find and very overpriced. The notes. So in the top you can get notes of like cinnamon, you get some mandarin orange, lemon, and lavender. And in that mid you get some incense, some cinnamon, ISO E super. And then in that base you get a lot of vanilla, you get some benzoin. I think there's like some cedar wood inside of it, maybe some type of greenish vibe from like cypress, I believe. And that's basically the notes. Oh, spray test. Obviously this is a decanter sample thing. It will not spray like the actual bottle should spray, but I'm gonna still show you guys how the oilness, you know, that's not really a word, how the oil content shows on my hand. That's a better way of saying it. So look and see. Okay. Anyways, you can see it covers the hand in a really nice way, a bit oily on the hand. Fragrance is lovely. As soon as you spray it, you get a nice dose of orange, lemony. I always think of like a plum note when I smell this. A nice, sweet, juicy plum. It smells so sweet and fruity that you almost get a honey vibe from it too. It reminds me of the Naxos fragrance from Xerjoff with that honey note because of how sweet it is. It's just so juicy and pleasant. And then you also get a really small dose of like the tobacco-ness. It's a bit spicy in a very Western way. It's not like, you know, Middle Eastern strong pungent spice, but it's a slight smoky incensey spice that's there in the background. And then when you get to the mid of this fragrance, that's when you start to get more amberiness, more vanillas, you know, the woods start to come in a bit more and the fruitiness starts to die off, but that honey plum type of fruitiness is still there, but in a very light way, if that makes any sense. Like it becomes more diluted, more calm, less loud, because this fragrance in the first 2 hours is extremely fruity and loud, and I think that's what's gonna get people's attention, especially when you're gonna spray this like in a store. When you smell it, that fruitiness in the beginning, that's the money maker right there. That's what's gonna really attract someone's nose. Whether you put it on a tester strip or on your skin, that is so pleasant. That's that opening that nobody can refuse and dislike the fragrance. But then when it gets to the mid, it starts to die down more and it starts to build up more of that night vibe, more of that cinnamon, tobacco. And it was very strange wearing this fragrance because when it starts to die down, you start to get those base notes and you're really shocked. It's almost like you're wearing two different fragrances. At first it's a nice fruity, a bit of cinnamon. At the base, you get a nice tobacco, amberiness, some vanilla, and you're like, wow, this is very cinnamony, vanillic, and tobacco. What happened to all those fruity notes? It's like it completely disappears. How's the longevity in this fragrance? I would say you get a nice 6 to 8 hours. The best moments of the fragrance is definitely that top to the mid. The base is also interesting, but I do not like the base as much as the top because that fruitiness is just so pleasant. I would even take that fruitiness from top to bottom and I would be a happy man. But obviously it's less artistic and it's less interesting. So in the first 2 to 4 hours, that's when you get the top fruitiness, the nice juicy mandarin lemon, that lavender, nice dose of cinnamon, like a slight tobacco hint. And then after the 4 to 6 hour mark, you start to get to that dry down. And then that dry down becomes very ambery, vanillic, and it just stays on your skin like a skin scent. It's like the skeleton, you know, you ate all the meat and then the skeleton that's left is just tobacco and vanilla. I think there's also like a coumarin note, like that vanillic chemical base note that they use that has a tonka beanish, slightly nutty type of scent, and a vanilla. That's what stays all the way till the end. And then after that, it dies down after the 8 hours. And that's really like max. It's decent longevity, but it's not amazing. In my opinion, I think it could do better. But this fragrance is extremely loud, especially in the first 2 to 4 hours. After that, it becomes more and more, zen, more and more, calmed down, more intimate in a way. I would say that the projection is a good 6 feet for the first 2 hours, and after that it dies down to 3 feet, 2 feet, and then skin scent after 6 hours. So you can roughly round that out to 6 to 8 hours longevity, 6 hours being the peak. Usually you'll get 6 hours, you can push it to 8 hours. The best moments and seasons to wear this fragrance is definitely the fall and winter. I would prefer it in the fall because the fall has, that heated time and also the cold time. The fruity notes pop off more in that fall time because of that heat that's there, It just pops off your skin, it sparkles a bit more. But then the amberiness that's from the base and stuff, it will make it push longer in the winter. I feel like in the winter, it will have a better sillage because the wind and the cold is gonna, come off of you a little bit. But then the fruitiness probably sparks more in the fall. So I would prefer to wear this in the fall over the winter, but those are the times you should definitely think of wearing it. Or in the evening, anytime in the summer, you wanna just, wear something nice and pleasant, you should go for this. Can you wear this for like a date night occasion? Definitely. I think this can even be like a signature scent. However, it is very playful and sweet. So it might not be the best for the office, but you could definitely pull it off. Maybe spray a bit less. Obviously, when you have a decant like this, it does not work the same as the original fragrance because the sprayers sometimes spray way more. And that could cause the performance to be different based off of that. But I have to say this fragrance is very versatile because of that fruitiness and the amberiness. And I think that if you can get it, you should because it's an amazing scent. Overall, for me, I give it a solid 9. I give it a 9 and not a 10 because I have to take away a few points because it's not that easy to purchase. Even discounters, is very scarce to find this fragrance, unfortunately. And I think also it has been discontinued, which is a big issue. The price also for this fragrance, you can take out of your pocket maybe 125, maybe 150. It might be even more because this fragrance is off the market, obviously. I don't know about alternatives to this. Some people say that the Most Wanted parfum that just came out is similar to Wanted by Night, but it takes it to a different level. I haven't really smelled that, so I can't say too much about it, but in terms of the scent itself, I think it's a very, very great fragrance for what it is. It's incredible. I love that fruitiness. I love that cinnamon. It has such a nice projection, especially in the first 4 hours. That's like the best part of the fragrance, and the hype is real with this one, guys. Wanted by Night really smells amazing. It's just wow. But you really gotta like things that are very fruity. If you are not a fan of something that's very fruity, like ultra male fruitiness, you will not like this. But don't think that this is just synthetic and cheap smelling. Nah, it has syntheticness, but in a nice, clean, smooth way. This fragrance is really good. If you can purchase it, purchase it. I recommend you not go over $150 for this fragrance. Yes, it is good, but just because something is no longer there doesn't mean there's other things that cannot come close to it for a better, more affordable price. Always think about the value of what you're getting for what you're paying for, right? But yes, that's been my review of Azzaro Wanted by Night. Very great fragrance, decent performance, smells amazing. Definitely will get you compliments. And it doesn't smell like everything else out there. It's a familiar scent, but it's unique in a way because you cannot find 5 fragrances that smell just like Azzaro Wanted by Night. These sweet tobacco scents, a lot of them are more rugged and, potent, full of leather, like them red tobaccos, and then maybe those I don't know, apart from the Marleys that are very powerful, strong. But this is more fruity tobacco, not a soft, sweet tobacco like a Herod, which gives that a category of its own with Naxos. You know, they're up there in those fruity, sweet tobacco scents. And that's one of the reasons why I really did enjoy this. That fruity plum, amazing. Press a like, comment down below, and please do subscribe for more videos of this sorts. Have a great day, night, and evening. Peace.